Welcome along, everybody, to a venue that was built for speed. Once an airfield, now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Floor's damaged, I'm afraid. Expect significant performance issues until you come in and let us start repairs. Right, that's us down into P16 now.
Welcome everyone as you join us at a former Second World War aircraft base, now converted into one of the great motor racing tracks. Britain is one of only 2 countries to have held a Grand Prix in every year of the Formula One World Championship, and long may that continue. This is Silverstone, and this is the British Grand Prix. With good opportunities to overtake at the end of the Wellington and Hangar Straights, there's a lot of potential for close action around the 3.6 miles of Silverstone circuit. With 18 corners and average lap speeds of around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the longest and quickest circuits on the calendar. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Hamilton, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Ocon, Ricciardo, Stroll, Bottas, Albon, the rookie, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Kobayashi, Sargent, and Zhou Guanyu. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, can they recover today?
Yes, they can, Crofty. You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it and carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
Okay, so we didn't have the performance in qualifying this weekend, but considering last race, we might still be able to get a points finish. We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice starts. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want you to bog down. Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out. That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus. There's serious damage to the underbody. Repeat, serious damage to the underbody. lap, in this lap. Push now. Remember to adjust your ERS mode in your MFD if you need to. Okay, we don't think we're far away from rain now. I'll keep you updated as conditions change. Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay, go, go, go! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
And Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
Race victory and fastest lap as well. You can see how much, by the way, that fastest lap mattered to them today. It's a bit like marking your territory, isn't it, Crofty? They're looking for absolute dominance, and this seems to be their mission this year.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one. No pit stops, no strategy, it's all about the pace today. Qualifying day here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly. Okay, I'm afraid we've been pushed down to P16. Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick... Okay, we're currently in the drop zone. We need you to move up into the top 10 or we're not going to progress to the shootout.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of Formula One action. Historically, a good race for first-time victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the very first time right here. We're northeast of Budapest for today's race at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Perez, Sainz, Gasly, Ocon, Albon, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Stroll, the rookie, Tsunoda, Sargent, Bottas, Joe, Magnussen, and Kamui Kobayashi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And with me for this commentary this afternoon, former racing driver Naomi Schiff. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Right, mate, I know it's hot in that cockpit, believe me, but your tyres are even hotter than that. You've got to work really hard today to keep them cool, otherwise we're going to suffer with our performance. Okay, so our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of this lap. Decent parking. Let's try and get a good launch. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Box, box, we're coming in this lap. Gap to your teammate behind, 13.9 seconds. Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Kamui is in the pits. Kamui in the pits now. Okay, gap to the car in front, 0.1 seconds. Okay, you've taken damage to the side pods. Expect to feel a little bit more drag than normal. The underbody's incurred critical damage at this point. Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
Well, that's 2 race wins in a row for them. I think they'll be really happy with that. I mean, 1 race win is great, but to have 2, you know that you've got it. You're a little bit more comfortable in your skin. This is a great sign of maybe what's to come next.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One. High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Pushed down to P21. Pushed down to P22. Okay, that's P19.
Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners, and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Verstappen, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Stroll, Gasly, Bottas, Joe, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Sargent, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Ocon, the rookie, and Kamui Kobayashi. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature, but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice, and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car. And they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
We're at the back, but give it 100% and we can still come away with a decent result. I believe in you. Come on. Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. this lap, in this lap. Push now. Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory. He wins.
And they're just starting to make it look easy out there. Now a hat-trick of wins. They're out there ahead, they've got the momentum on their side, and it's for the others now to try and up their game to stop that energy that they have.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.